Hello everyone, it's Debbie from Australia and I'm here today with my February 2022 cross stitch update. Sorry about that. February, bit better, little bit better than January. We're getting back into the swing of things. One of my biggest annual jobs at work has now been finished, so I'll have a little bit more free time to get back into the stitching. I've got to think back to February because yet again I'm late. It is, I believe, the 18th of March. This was my day. I now work 4 days a week and I take Wednesdays as a long service leave day to give myself a break during the week. And so far it's been very exciting. My very first Wednesday off, I actually went down and met one of my American subscribers down in Wollongong. Now we had a lovely day. The lovely Susan, she actually made this. She made a retreat bag. Look at the fabric. Let me move the handle. Look at the fabric. Isn't it just beautiful? Inside, pockets galore, pockets on the outside, zippers, pulls. It's absolutely beautiful. And that was a gift. And her daughter, one of her daughters, also has a company. It is called Embroidery and Sage. I have got the address in the links below. But she got me, you can tell by the outside, a very colourful disco ball. And I love it. And it's a needle minder. Coming to focus. And the other thing I love is the backs. Nothing to catch on. It is flat. The magnet is covered and it is a really secure grab. And like I said, the address, Embroidery and Sage, will be in. There we go. Embroidery and Sage. Doesn't want to come up close. I'm sure it's me and not the camera. Will be in the drop down box. Absolutely lovely. And the bag is just brilliant. And to know it was handmade. The lovely Susan. I do thank you, Susan. Susan came with her daughter's mother-in-law. We had a lovely lunch. Then the daughter's mother-in-law went back to her car to learn some songs she was going to have to sing with her choir. And Susan and I had a lovely chat. And it was just like being like old school friends meeting again. It was really lovely. It was a beautiful day down in Wollongong. We had a great time showing each other photos and the work we do. And then I drove home through some absolutely horrendous storms. But I got home safe and that's the main thing. At the end of the video, I've got some show results. Technically, they are due in March. And technically, I believe I saw Susan in March. But I also went to a retreat down in Wodonga, last weekend. And it's got a lot more photos, so I thought I'd bring these forward into this video and I'll do the retreat in the next video. February, I did 18,582 stitches, which is a total for the year of 37,228. I worked on 9 projects. Actually worked on 10. But one I had to have work in March, so it will be a February-March because there was big work in both of them. I have got a finish for this month. My finish this month is the Dwarven Axe by Modern Folk Embroidery. And because this is, let me see if I can change my photos. There we go. Because this is the last time I'll be showing it, I will actually read out, which I normally don't do. This is what it looks like. It's hard to see the frame I've put it in. Not sure it's staying there yet. It's only been put in there roughly. I think it looks alright. Everyone tells me it looks alright, but it might take a little while for my brain to agree whether, yes, that is the right way to go. February, it got 2,921 stitches to be finished up. The top here, I changed to family. And the words down here state, in Dwarven script. Get away from there, sorry. That says, break might my axe, crack will the stone, my love for you and never been gone. And I do love it. And PR818 is beautiful. It is beautiful and it so works for these ones. I couldn't do stripy, so I did diagonal behind the axe, which was very interesting to get to work properly. I really thoroughly enjoyed that. I will miss working on that. It was an enjoyable little project. It will go in with all my finishes, so I'll stand it up there and I can put the pattern away because we won't be looking at that one again. I can show you before and after. So I had to finish the bottom section, and then I call them the 4 spools underneath, and it was very easy going, and that's mine against the red original. It was a lovely project. Now in February, I believe in January I had 2 starts. In February I've had 3 new starts, and I've got quite a few starts in March. I don't know what's causing it, but it doesn't really matter, does it? My first new start is from Riolis. Goodness gracious. It is called, if I can find it, Starry Cat. It is absolutely beautiful. It combines 2 of my daughter's favourite things. The starry sky and of course the black cat. It is the cutest little pattern. I might as well put that away. No, don't change what you do. And look at the cutest little face. It's so cute. I have not finished all the whiskers because of course they extend out past into the blue, and this was just a spur of the moment. I decided I'd start this one, so, and then when I started I couldn't stop until such time as I had the face done. Now you're going to have to bear with me for a second because it's out of whack. I'm giving you the last one. It's out of alphabetical order. This has had 1030 stitches. I have to do it marking off a PDF copy because it just won't go into Pattern Keeper because it's coloured. And Pattern Keeper said no, which is a bugger, but he's too cute. He'll get done. So this is him against the finish, and I think his little face has turned out so sweet. It is so sweet. New start 2 is Hometown Holiday 13. It's a bookstore. Now I have got the original of this pattern. The pattern and the fabric was the gift from Jay from JX Sticks Fabric. She used to have a store on Etsy. She gave me both, and of course when I took it to scan it to put it on the PDF to mark off, it's somewhere on my dining room table. I haven't found it yet. I'm thinking it'll be in a plastic envelope, but I'll have it hopefully by the next video. February it got 1084 stitches, and I started this one on the 2nd of the 2nd, 26. I think it's going to look nice on that fabric. Mine against the pattern. As you can see, I've sort of done half the building. Now the Starry Cat, it doesn't really matter, but it was started on the 4th of February. At the start of the month I got a bit agitated, I don't know. I think I went looking for fabrics for Lola Crow and her, it's today's the 18th, the first one comes out on the 20th, or it comes up for sale on the 20th. I was looking for fabric for that, and all of a sudden I started looking at patterns, and then I don't know, it hit the fan. my third start, which is slightly unusual. It is from Vivsters. Whoops. And it is, oh, it's going to be hard to see. I'll start it from this end. It's called the Firebird Phoenix. There's the face coming across to the tail. And that's from Vivsters. Ooh, dropped all the information. I have done 3,020 stitches so far. It's not showing as bright. I've got that mark again. I think it's got to be from the light. I don't know if I need to. Oh, I think that might have got rid of it. Oh, pushed it to the edge anyway. It's not as vivid. It's not showing up as vivid as it is in real life. But I started this on the 25th of February. And I think it was when I was looking for patterns, and I come across the Vivsters file I've got, because I've got quite a lot of theirs, and I couldn't help myself. I had the 18 count Aida, and off I went. Just another new start. You've got to have variety when you're doing your jobs, when you're doing your projects to pick from. Oh, mine against the original. So she's a beautiful bird. It's very, very in depth. I think that's all showing a bit too dark, but that could just be my monitor. Okay, now we are on to whips. And of course we always start with Stitch in Time, Heaven and Earth Designs by Aimee Stewart. Max Colours. I am doing this on 32 count Aida 1/1, and I am working on the second shelf. I'm working on that part of the second shelf. I've changed the Q-snap again. I've gone back to a bigger one. There it is where it stands now. I've got the leaves near the rose and some of the stitches in the blue real spool. And then I'm going to do the whole frame in one hit. So I will have to move it, but at the moment that's the best place for it to do the last of those stitches in the top part there. And when I highlighted one of the colours in the centre motif of Stitch in Time, it was almost blue. So I'm going to go across the page doing the stitches for that, and then if I get too bored I will then jump up and do some more of the, there's a peach rose that sits near the red one up the top there. February, I'm afraid, it only got 1103 stitches and it's at 36.78%. So I'm way off my 50% that I'd hoped to get in the first half of the year, but such is life. At the retreat, we did some calculations, Anne and I, and from Hooks, HOOKES on Etsy, and we calculated I've got to do from now on 5,000 plus a month if I want it finished by the time I'm 70. We'll see. We can only but try. I think they're all concerned about my my lifespan, but we'll get there. You never know. Okay, before and after. So you can at least see I've got a fair bit of the leaves near the roses done, and I think I finished up that last book to the left, to the right, to the side of the blue spool, and just matching the two. The pictures show a little bit more than I'd hoped to get to, but I had just slowed right down, so I've just got to lift my game and get back at it again. But I still love it. I just got to lift my game and get back onto it. The next one I've got is the Australian flag Australian Quaker flag, I think it's actually called. I'm doing the one with the stars, not the snowflakes. This is another one I love. I haven't taken out the Q snaps, but you can see I've sort of only got this bottom. There's two there. They're all done over here, and I've got along here as well. There's a row down here as well. But you're looking at close to 1,000 stitches in each of those little boxes, because everyone's different. And I'm doing it on 22 count Hardanger, which means you have to follow, your under thread has to follow the same direction as the thread, your prominent thread on the fabric, and if it doesn't, your stitches just slide underneath. So you've constantly got to watch that as you're going along. But it's coming along nicely, and the stars show up beautifully. I was worried about them, but they are coming up nicely. February, it got 15,079 stitches. I finished a couple of, partial squares I had, and I want to make a habit. If I start, I finish at least the square. It is one of them, as is A Stitch in Time. This is another that's in my deck of whips. I've only picked 4 projects. I've picked A Stitch in Time, Winter Quaker, the Australian flag, and Love, which is a Gecko Rouge one. And once a week a card gets drawn, and whatever the suit is, that's how you match it up to the project. This is currently at 70.12% finished, before and after. I've had a few of them in. 2 under the red Union Jack part, some across the top. I'm trying to get it so I'm working in rows, so I've still got 2 more to finish that current row, because I just want to try and do the rows as I work down the page. And I'll cut it down because I was lazy. I'm sorry, I didn't take it out of the Q snaps. Next, Cat Face by Patterns by Vonna. I will double check that when the before and after photos come up. It's looking fantastic. Look at it. Oh, I've still got some colours to do there, because not all of it's coloured. Got some colours to go yet. And then the neck. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It got 3,570 stitches in February, and is sitting at 88.39%. I went and had a look. They've got a gorgeous horse. CrossStithbyVanya on Etsy. CrossStithbyVanya. VANYA. And I'm doing it on 20 count white Aida, and I love it. I love the horse. The dog is not a breed I know well, but the horse is lovely. And I've got a friend who loves horses. I'll just have to see how I go. Like I said, sitting at 88.39% before and after. So you can see once the face is done, there's not a lot going down that neck. And against the original, it's really looking good. I was thinking of changing the colours, but I actually had someone ask me when I posted the where I was up to on this one. Was I using variegated threads? And no, they're all DMCs, and they've just variegated it so beautifully. It just looks so great. Excuse me, having a mouthful of tea. Next we have New Year, New Start. La Catrina. She's a big girl. I had to get a fat half of fabric, and that was using 40 count. Am I using 40 count? No, 32 count. 32 count. That is the colour of the fabric. It's very hard to photograph. It's a pain in the neck to photograph. The colours are gorgeous. But I've got so much to go. It got 1,845 stitches. It had 4.5% done. On 32 count Gothic from Picture This Plus. She is a really big girl. A really big girl. Each of the stained glass, and when I show you the next one, and like I said, I couldn't get the 7 spools of Chronic, so I'm using DMC Diamond Black. There is still a whole heap of Chronic colours that I need, but when I put it against her, that, like, you'll see the next set of the stained glass is different, and then the third one's the same with the top. Oh, it's just beautiful. But I mean, I've got that on a big Q snap. I'm not sure she's going to fit around it. It is massive, but she's going to be beautiful. And looking, I'm hoping it's only my monitor. It's very hard. It's clearer on my laptop than it is on my on the stand aside like TV monitor. It's a bit too dark to see it, but that could be me too. But you can clearly see it in real life, and I just love it. And the last whip I have for you is Winter White Santa from Mirabilia. Gift from Gail from Wombat Hollow Crafts. It can be a bit hard to see what you've done on this one, but I worked up in this top section, filling in the end of his blue sack. I did some pale outline around the blue sack because it sort of faded into the fabric a little bit. I started on his face. His face is 1/1. It looks a bit weird at the moment, but he's coming along nicely. The saddest thing is of course you can't get it into Pattern Keeper. Even the pattern itself is too wide. Even when you photocopy it on A3 and then try and scan it, it's still too wide to get into Pattern Keeper, so you could at least mark it off. So I'm marking this off on a PDF, but of course you can't search for the colours. But I'm going to try and finish the top, and then I'll come down and I'll do all the bottom. Still impressed with that tree. The reddy green, the pale reddy green is a variegated thread, and it just looks like the tinsels on it. It's lovely. It's coming along nicely. Fabric, threads, everything, beads, all supplied by Gail. She started him and didn't enjoy him. February, he got 1,344 stitches. And I can't tell you what I'm up to because, of course, it's just on the DMC. It's just on a, PDF mark-off. I'm just marking off a PDF copy. So then, oh, no. I've got better, but I nearly forgot the last ones, before and after. Again, bit hard to see because it was all around the blue sack and up into his face. And then against the original, you know, there's still some red to come up past the sack, and I think that will make the sack more obvious. And as I finish his sleeve as well, and of course you've got the red scarf sort of ribbons coming out behind him, so I think it will sort of all show up shortly. Okay, next we have show results. This is my gorgeous bee. I was really happy how it came out. The theme was bees, bugs and butterflies. No, bees, butterflies, bees, bugs and teapots, something like that. So I thought it was a perfect one to select to go in. This was done on 20 count Aida, and it was the Aida with the black lines. Now I do know Kelly was telling me she had the red, hers was on the red marked off, 20 by 20 squares, and she had to sort of soak hers for a long time. I used hot water from the tap, and it only took about 10 minutes and all the black lines disappeared, so I was very impressed with the black lineage I really thought it was going to go. I should have known it wouldn't have been too hard because I had to stop ironing it because the lines were fading. So the grey's a bit easier to come off than the red. Just put it away safely. Put it away safely. Hey, you got second. Then I put in the peonies and red apples. Oh, come on, get it straight. It was done on 40 count. It's a Lucaresque pattern. Again, I just love that one from the beginning. That one beat my bee. It got first prize. And it got a Stewart's recommendation to say put it in the Easter show, but to do that's just too much. I have to drive up there and find my place, and that would be a bit much. The other thing I put in, because you can only put in two items in each category. This one was originally my little teapot. Was put in cross stitch, not framed, anything but framed, so all your different finishes, but it was transferred probably because there wasn't enough of them to the creative embroidery grouping because it was the Lone Ranger, and it got a second. Now I have got some photos. I couldn't get all of the work, but I got a fair bit. Well, a lot of that I could get, because you had to, of course, you can't get close. They have you barred off. This is that's around the creative embroidery. To your right, you can see the little teapot sitting there. I've got a closer one of the one that came first. It was embroidery on felt. And it was very creative. It was quite good. They're mine. There's my little pot. Oh, for the quilters, I decided to get some of the quilts. Again, they're very careful when you can't get too close to these. But they were some of the quilts that were on display. Again, quilts, and you can see some of the little bees and bugs that people had embroidered, crocheted for the, and showing some of the other work. Cross stitch. I've got a closer one of the Grand Champion. It is spectacular, and I love the blue wren in the nest. I tried to get, it's not that close, but I wanted to get all the ribbons and the trophy. It's nice to know I've had that once. That was done in like gold thread and green lurex thread. Oh, it was absolutely beautiful, that butterfly. Very worthy, very worthy. Yeah, you can't see it, but it's like a butterfly done on felt, and then it was a felt leaf, and then it was on I think it was a piece of stone, not a piece of wood. But that was the creative embroidery section, and then some more of the quilts that were up for display. One thing Susan and I talked about, Susan is Queen of Quilts. Her quilts, oh my god. Some of the pieces were so thin, and I don't know how she does it, but she thoroughly enjoys doing them, and I thoroughly enjoyed looking at all the photos, I can tell you. Okay, we're at stats, so it's a very short one this week. I think it's a very short one this week. Yeah, this year, well, I'm up to 9, but you've only seen 6 of them. I have finished 2, one each month. I've worked on 19 projects for the year, but those stats do actually include March. But not that it's a real worry. February, they were all the monthly goals I had set myself for various challenges. It doesn't include other bits and pieces that I want to do. I just merely, if I think of it, I go back and add them up. But the first thing I do is put them in there so I can always check what I've got to finish by the end of the month. Okay, I've got 25 projects on the go. I've worked on 19. I've started 9 this year. I finished 2 this year, and sadly, I've only stitched 59 days this year. But like I said, January and February is a bit horrific for me at work. Doing a job that relies on everyone to do their part. I can't do my part until they do their part, and it's very frustrating when they don't understand. They don't understand that I've got a lot more work to do after I receive it from them. But it's the same every year. But it's done now. A couple of days later than it should have been, but no one was waiting for it, so that's all good. Anyway, I hope you are all well. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the lovely comments. I really enjoy getting them and reading them, and it's like this retreat that I just come back through, stitching with people like minds. It's just, I find it very relaxing. I found it very enjoyable and had a great time. But that won't be very long away, seeing as I'm over halfway through the month. I keep saying I'll get my acting gear, but I will try and get my acting gear because I want to get the photos off the camera, off the phone, because it's telling me I'm using too much space. So I'll get those down. We'll get those sorted. So thank you for watching. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. It's not something I sort of worry about, but that way you'll know at least when the videos finally get around. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.